everyone, it's Heather Moxie and welcome back to my channel. Before this week's video, I just wanted to start off by saying a big heartfelt thank you to all of my subscribers, new and old. The other day I realized I had over 2,000 subscribers on this channel, and that number may seem small to some, but it is very large to me, and it just makes my heart so full that so many people enjoy watching the videos that I love to create and the projects that I love to do. So if you're new to this channel, if this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, welcome. I'm Heather Moxie and I try to upload videos every weekend, so stick around, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see, and for right now we'll just go ahead and get right into the video. So this week's video is going to be a little unique in a few ways. I'm going to be showing you how to DIY an apartment-friendly pet potty. It is a very simple DIY, and it's a DIY that I myself needed help with. It's something that I was struggling with and trying to find how to make for my pets, but there wasn't really much out there, and the options that were out there weren't working for me, and they weren't very practical uses. Unfortunately, this project may not work for everyone depending on the amount and size of the dogs that you have, but for relatively small dogs, it is a great alternative to having them hold it until you get home, and it's also especially good for not only your budget but the environment. For supplies, you will need a kennel tray. I'm using a 48-inch one, which also happens to be the perfect size for one roll of sod, a slab of wood, 4 to 5 rubber wheels or casters, 3/4 of an inch screws, a circular saw, and a drill or screwdriver. I purchased a 48-inch kennel tray off of Amazon and then headed over to Lowe's where I found a 2-foot by 4-foot piece of plywood. If you decide to do this project, there are a couple different options you could do. I originally used the excess plywood to attach my casters. However, it made the entire tray a little too tall for my smaller dogs. So I removed that and went with option 2 and attached the casters directly to my piece of plywood. If you decide to go with option 2 like I did, keep in mind that if you're using the same size plywood and the same size screws as me, they will peek through on the other side. This doesn't pose an issue, but it is something to think about if that bothers you. Another thing to think about is if you need 4 or 5 casters. At first I used a 5th caster as a support wheel, but then ultimately decided to go with 4. If I were to do this project over again, I would stick with the original 5 and work from there. You will need something to support your tray and keep it from bowing. After you've assembled your base, you can now place your kennel tray on top of it. Here you can see some of those screws peeking through, which I thought was going to be a problem, but they actually help to keep the tray in place. This helps a lot when you can finally unroll your piece of sod. A standard roll of sod is going to be a little bit longer than a 48-inch crate tray, so using a sharp knife or gardening shears, you're going to want to remove those extra few inches of sod and either place it on the side of your tray or dispose of it. Once you have everything set up, you can use your hand or a broom to kind of lift up those blades of grass, and then you're going to want to water it every day. This sounds counterintuitive because it will die, but this step is to simply keep it fresh and to make sure it gets a little bit of a bath every day. Afterwards, your new pet potty is all set up and it's time to introduce your pets to their new space. My dogs took to this space immediately because they are trained that the balcony is their area to go, and before this it was wee wee pads, and I'm so happy that we can move to this new system. They'll have the chance to relieve themselves on real grass. It's inexpensive and it's much better for the environment than constantly throwing out wee wee pads. As long as you take care of it just like any other space that your pets are relieving themselves in, this is sure to last at least 2 to 3 weeks. The time that it lasts also depends on how hydrated your pets are, how big they are, and how many pets you have. You'll notice that once it's all put together, you can't see my plywood underneath my tray. I did this on purpose, and it's something that you may want to think about if you have boy dogs. Those few inches of overhang are going to keep any bad aimers from making the plywood smell like pee a couple months from now. We've coupled this system with a doggy door sliding glass insert, so now our dogs are free to relieve themselves whether we're home or not. So let me know what you guys think about this project. I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of questions, so feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more unique DIYs, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!